Hello and welcome to Sacred Sexuality Healing. Casual sex. Today I want to talk about casual sex from an energetic standpoint. This is super important because this is not about talking about casual sex from either a moral standpoint or a judgmental standpoint. So from an energetic standpoint, there is nothing casual about sex. Why? Because when we are physically involved with another person, we exchange energy. Energy is information. So when you exchange energy, regardless of whether you're aware of that or not, and whether it's a short relationship or a long relationship, if it's a one-night stand, you exchange emotional baggage, you exchange memories, you exchange trauma, could be. So that is why there is nothing casual about sex, because you form connections and energy cords. You can ask yourself this question: how many times did you go in a relationship or in an encounter with the intention of being it only short term or just maybe one night stand, but this person affected you deeply or left a huge impression on you? Like, for instance, you cannot get her out of your mind, you always compare him to other partners, you're always thinking about him or her, and we joke about this and we say he spoiled you for other men or she spoiled you for other women. So this is because you tend to form energy connections and energy cords, whether you're aware of it or not. Because the act of sex is not only done on a physical level, because you are not just physical. You are not just a humanoid form. You are a spiritual being having having a physical experience in a physical body. So all these attributes of being male, female, accountant, doctor, whatever it is, these are attributes. These are not original to who you are. These came on later. So the act of sex itself, whether you are conscious of that or you're not conscious of that, whether you consider yourself a spiritual person or not, whether you're practical, pragmatic, emotional, romantic, it happens on many levels and there are so many layers. And the reason why this is important, because sometimes you feel like, why can't I get over that person? Because there are so many layers of chemistry, and if you're not aware of that, you kind of form these connections and you end up being really drained sometimes, and you cannot move on and unless you figure out what happened there. Because also it's a two-way street. Sometimes it's activated from the other side, like the other person is kind of draining your energy or thinking about you constantly, which makes these energy connections stronger. So this is sort of to shed the light on the importance of sexual energy, because sexual energy is the most powerful energy, because you create another human being, and this is the energy we use for procreation and to propagate the species. Obviously the other reason is for pleasure. So there are so many other usages when this energy is used properly. So when it's coming from a foundation of love and compassion, it can heal you. You can use it for creativity, you can use it for spirituality, it can move you to other realms when you are in synchronization and there is synchronicity between you and your partner. So there are so many things you can do with this powerful energy. And yeah, this is also to answer the question, how does that affect me? So this affects you because when you carry information of other people, when you get engaged sexually with so many people, you carry, as I said, sex can trigger trauma, can trigger emotional baggage. That is why sometimes if you sleep with someone, you know, regardless of whether the sex is good or not, sometimes it triggers trauma, sometimes it triggers emotions, sometimes you get flashes of other people you've been with, or other memories, or even sometimes unrelated memories, because this act of merging is not casual. There is nothing casual about it. You form a connection. Also, what else is needed to be known here? That this connection can be cleared and can be removed if you do cord removal. But you need to be conscious about who you get involved with, because as I said, you carry part of their emotional baggage, and sometimes it can drain you, and sometimes it won't help you to move on if this is your choice. Also, sometimes it opens up it sheds light on some aspects of yourself that maybe you need to work on later. So this is, in a nutshell, how important sexual energy is, and from an energetic standpoint, because we are not just physical form. When we have sexual relationships, it's never only on that superficial physical level. Even if this is your intention, it doesn't happen in that way, because it's not very difficult to get physically naked, especially if you think you're attractive, or you know, you have a nice body. But what happens is, when you get into the act of sex, also you become sometimes emotionally vulnerable. Sometimes you're not aware of that. Sometimes your partner becomes emotionally vulnerable. So yeah, I just wanted to shed some light on that aspect. And if this content resonates with you, hit the subscribe button and consider supporting my channel by liking, commenting, and sharing. And also you can go and talk to me on my website, Askamira.ca. I welcome all kinds of questions. You can leave them in the comments below, and see you in the next video. Namaste.